Hey guys, thank you for watching my channel here. I'm doing another tutorial today on how I'm going to turn these spent .50 caliber machine gun shells from a movie that I'm working on into a piece of jewelry for the main cast. I'm going to start out with the first three for the three main casts. The very neat thing about these blank shells is that they were minted or stamped in 1944. One of them is actually from 1943. So these are old World War II surplus shells that have been converted to fire blank charges. What I'm going to be doing here is taking off the scratches and making it a little bit more presentable as a piece of jewelry. I'll use the buffing wheel to polish this area here. I've got my polishing compound. Let's get started. All right, it's nice and shiny, but I'm going to do a little bit more polishing afterwards. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off the shell here on my bandsaw. And afterwards, I'll put a hole right between this LC, so that will be where the bail goes through to hang it onto a necklace or keychain. I'll likely leave it a little bit rustic and leave some of the original scratches because it is a piece of history here. Well, it turns out that the base of this shell casing is a lot thicker than I thought. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. The hole has been started, and after I cut it off here, I will go ahead and continue and punch that hole through. All right, after cutting it, it's nice and hot. This is a really thick piece of brass, so it's solid all the way through, with the exception of the area where the primer goes through, of course. But that's a nice hunk of brass. I'm going to go on the back side and clean that up a little bit so that it's not scratchy against your skin wearing it. After I'm done polishing it up, I'll go ahead and put a bail through that hole, finish it all the way through. A bail is what hangs it onto the necklace or charm. And that material that I'm using for the bail here is actually out of a necklace that I made when I was in college. I'm going to use some sanding disc and clean up the surface of the charm here, also the back side, and make sure that it's nice and smooth. And now over to the drill press. Sorry for the shaky cam. I put my phone on top of the drill press. I'm gonna punch through that thing. So here's the chain that I made back when I was in college. I'll cut and solder these loops onto the charm here through that hole. And this particular casing was from 1943. The other ones were from 1944. I'll go ahead and get these set up and punch those holes right on through. Now I'm ready to solder the link on here. Since there's solder already on the link, I'm just gonna put it back together and use the old solder to connect it back together. And there you have it. All right, one down, two more to go. Nice. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit more too. And here's all three. All done, all polished up. I'm gonna clean off the polishing compound and deliver these tonight to set. I look forward to giving these out. Maybe the crew also might get some too, I don't know. We'll see. Thank you guys for watching, I appreciate it. Please like and subscribe if you like to see my videos on DIY and behind the scenes action on the work that I do for TV and film in Atlanta.